Hi, welcome to my Friday card and a cuppa for Friday the 15th of December. My name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast. Today we're going to make some little gift bags using some Christmas designer series paper. I've been making a whole stack of these things just to give little chocolates to work colleagues and friends, and along with using the cracker die for my little gift givings. So we're going to do a couple of the gift bags. There's slight variation between the two, and then you can choose which one you like. It's a great way to use up your designer series paper. And I was on a mission this year to not have any of this year's Christmas designer series paper left over, and I'm doing well. I haven't got a lot left over. So let's switch down to the craft desk and we can get started. Okay, this is the glass mat, everyone. So during celebration in January, if you would like to join my team, this is the glass mat that you can choose from. So you can join for $169 and choose $325 worth of products, and this is the celebration promotion. You get this glass mat thrown into your starter kit. This glass mat is valued at $106, and as a demonstrator we were able to pre-purchase them to show them off leading up to celebration. So you've got centimeters down this side and along the bottom. You can't see the bottom because it's just out of my camera range. And then on the right hand side we've got inches. So it's great. And across the top we've got inches. So it's great. You've got the best of both worlds. It does make a noise and I'm going to have to get used to that, but it's really good. I've taken away my green craft mat that was a little bit warped underneath my grid paper. So I'm still getting used to this. I'll show you what comes with it before I show you what we're going to make today. So this silicone mat that little ink cubes fit into. So if you've got ink cubes, they fit in there. Your big ink pads can sit here and then they don't move. And oops, they fit so well, the lid comes off. And this is just somewhere where you can mix inks up and play with inks and stuff. And this is the cloth. Now because it's such a hot day today, that has dried out, but it's like a chamois. It's normally soft, so I will have to re-moisten that up to clean, and that's what you use to wipe down your glass mat. So it's tempered glass, it's heat resistant, so you can do your heat embossing over it as well. Okay, so these are the little bags I've been making. Let me put them down like this. So these ones are all for my work colleagues next week. And I've also used the tags from the festive tags kit. I've put those on those ones. Now this one, it's exactly the same, but I've just turned over the top and punched holes and threaded ribbon through. This one I actually scored to get the contrast. I scored the designer series paper and rolled that over before I folded the box up. So we're going to make one of each. So let me pop those ones to one side and not let them fall over on the floor. Okay, so I shall get my paper trimmer. So I've got two pieces of the Winter Meadow designer series paper which is carrying over. So we will make the first one where we roll the top over, I think. So it's 12 inches by 8 inches, and I suppose this is a one-way design, but it can go either way, so I'm using it either way. So the first thing we're going to do is score 1/2 inch on with the 12-inch side up the top. Okay, so I'll just move that across to here. And I will just fold that over, and with my bone folder, I've got to get used to the noise it makes. And I didn't say that I've had to pre-record this at the beginning. I forgot to say that because I'm out on Friday for a Christmas lunch, so I wasn't sure if I'd be back in time, so I have pre-recorded it. So with tear and tape, just put that down your folded 1/2 inch, and tear and tape I think is the best thing to use because it I've got to get used to the noise. It gives you that a little bit more secure sealing up. So now I'm just folding this over and butting it up to that score line, and I haven't pre-scored this. I'm just going to crease it down with my fingers. Okay, moving a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to come back and I'm going to peel off that tear and tape on the 1/2 inch strip. Now I saw this design on an American demo YouTube channel. Heidi Collins is her name, and I really loved it. Just loved it because it used up a lot of designer series paper, and I really liked it. So once you've done that and put it together, you've got like a tunnel, which is what you want. So the shorter side we're going to put back into our trimmer. That's why I was further out. I'm trying to get my top of my trimmer in view. And we're going to put it in at 1 inch and score. So I've got my cutting blade out of the way. I'm going to score at 1 inch. And I'm going to flip it around and score the other side at 1 inch. Now, because this was an American demonstrator, I've left it at inches because it just was a lot easier. Okay, so we've scored at 1 inch on either side. On the longer side, don't know if you can see that. Let me look. Probably can't see the scoring, but that's okay. Now we're going to turn it. I'm going to make this the bottom of my bag. So I'm going to turn it and put it the long side up against the top of my trimmer, and I'm going to score it at 2 1/4 inches and at 1 1/4. Now if you had the scoreboard, the score pal, you could use that, but I find the trimmer is really good, and I just love using the trimmer. Okay, so now we've got our little tunnel with all our score lines. So we're just going to get our bone folder and really go over those score lines and flip it over, really go over it, and then do the other side like so. Like so, and then we're going to come and do the bottom. We can't get used to that noise. Maybe, I don't need it, but maybe if I put this here, it'll put things down. It won't be as noisy. Now we're going to fold up and score the bottom creases that were from the base of the bag. I'm going to go both ways, give them really good scores. That was the 2 1/4 line, and this is the 1 1/4 score line. Okay, so we've got all our score lines in place now. So I'm just going to get this, and we're just going to open on the 2 1/4 inch score line. We're going to just open it up, and we're just going to poke our bone folder in there because we want to get that center score line here down to the center there. Does that make sense? I hope so. And then with our bone folder, we're going to crease that down. Okay, so this is forming the gusset. Where's the bag's gone? This is forming like the gusset of the bag. Can you see? Okay, so then we're going to do the other side. We're going to just poke a bone folder in there and press it down and line that score line up with the center seam down here. I hope that's making sense. Okay, then we're going to get a tear and tape back in, and we're just going to put it on the little triangles over here to start with for this side. Burnish those down, get your pick tool and peel the backing off, and we just fold that over like so. You can get your bone folder and just burnish that off and spin your bag around. You're going to put some here at the top and the little triangles on the next flap. I'm just going to burnish those down a bit. If you rub them over with your bone folder or your fingers, the backing comes off a lot easier. There we go. And then we're going to fold that over and on top. So can you see what I've done like that there? Okay. And now put your hand in and you just open your bag up. And then just pinch in the sides and you have your little bag. Can you see how that's come together? A little bit of a crease down here, so let me fix that. Okay, you can see how that's come together nicely. So with the first one I'm showing you, I then just turned the top over. And you might not like this, but this is how I did it. And I might go this way actually because I want more pattern on the front of my bag. Turn the top over like so. Get my bone folder, do that. And I got my ruler and my pencil. And I just measured in 1 1/4 inches. Now that just gets you past all your creasing and doubled up paper. So 1 1/4 inches, and put a little circle, and the same from this side, 1 1/4. And then if you've still got your where did I put it? I must have put it away. I did. If you've still got your crocodile, Stampin' Up used to sell this a long time ago. If you don't, just use any hole punch. I'm just going to put my crocodile where the pencil mark is. And that's our little bag. And let me see what coloured ribbon I could put in this. Misty Moonlight we could do. Is that Misty Moonlight? It's Night of Navy, but you know what? That will work. So then I just thread my ribbon through. I would put whatever I'm wanting to put into my bag. And then, so up until now I've been putting in lint balls and lint teddy bears and Santas into my bags. These ones I will probably make for my neighbours, and I've made some shortbread, so I'll just put a little bag of a cello bag inside this bag. Then I just tied the ribbon. To make a bow. You know how I can't do bows when I'm on video or live. So let's see how we go. Anyway, that's not the best bow, but I'll need to untie it anyway to put my shortbread in. So that's our little bag. Isn't it easy? Well, I think it's easy. It's so easy, and you use like a good piece of 12 by 12 designer series paper cut at 8 inches. So 12 by 8 inches, and just scored a few places, and you get this cute little gift bag. Okay, so let's make the next one. I'll put that ribbon away because I don't think that one's going to work for the next one. Okay, so it's pretty much the same. So this is another piece of the Winter Meadow designer series paper. This is the one with the reindeer and the Christmas trees. So I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. So I'll get my cutting blade out of the way, score it at 1/2 inch on this side, and then I'm going to turn it around, and on the top edge I'm going to score it at 3/4 inch. Okay, so I'll just move my trimmer away because I'm going to do a few bits first. First thing we're going to do is fold over our 1/2 inch, score that down, and then we're also going to fold over the top 3/4 inch score line. Now this one is going to give us the reverse pattern folded over, whereas this one we just folded the top over. So if you're wanting a bit of contrast, score the top edge at 3/4 inch. Okay, so now I'm going to put my tear and tape down. Whoops, I'm spinning it around in circles, aren't I? My tear and tape down on my 1/2 inch strip. And before I take that sticky off, I'm just going to fold my paper up into that score line, so I know it's going to be halfway, and then come back and press it with my fingers, and then with my bone folder. And then we come back and we'll take off our tear and tape, our backing, and we put that down like so. Okay, so there's our tunnel. So we shall bring our trimmer back in, and we're going to score it at 1 inch. Once again, cutting blade out of the way. Make sure that's 1 inch, yes. Score it at 1 inch. Flip it around. Score the other side at 1 inch. Then we're going to go on the bottom 2 1/4, and then 1 1/4. So I just really like this little bag because it just came together so nicely. Okay, so now we're going to go reinforce our score lines. Like so. Reinforce both sides. You have a bit more bulk because you've done a fold over at the top, but it works. Okay, and then we've got the score lines at the bottom, the 2 1/4 inch, and the 1 1/4 inch. Just realised I think all my reindeers are going to be in the bottom of the bag. But that's okay, these things do happen. So then, yes they are, oh well, not to worry. that's just, you've got to be just mindful of that. So put your bone folder in to the point and crease it down and line it up with the score line. And back. And then the same with this side, bone folder into the corner, fold it down and line it up to the score line. And back. Okay, now we're just going to put some tear and tape on the triangles. So it's exactly the same, it's just the top that's a little bit different. Burnish those down. And over we come. And turn it around. Burnish this down. And put tear and tape down, sorry. Getting ahead of myself. And one across this side as well now. Okay. Get all those bits off and fold that back over, back onto itself with the score lines. Now that's just not cooperating for me. Why is that? There we go. And I'll just get my bone folder. Okay, then just pop your hand in, pop it out. I've lost my reindeers, but I've got my trees, so that's all right. And then on the sides, just sort of poke them in and pinch them in. Just sort of squish them in, pinch them in, like so. And then that's this bag. So once again, I got my ruler. Sorry, I've got a croak in my throat. I got my ruler and I went in 1 1/4 inches and put a pencil mark. 1 1/4 inches and put a pencil mark. And I got my trusty old crocodile and just lined up the hole and punched. I'm just got to get those bits out so I can see where to punch the next one. Lined up the pencil mark and punched my hole. Okay, so with this one, what ribbon shall I use? Let me look. I might use this one. This one's retiring. It's in the Merry Bold and Bright suite, but it's pretty. So I'm just going to poke that through. Oopsie. Just sort of measure. You can see how easy and quick these are to make once you got your dimensions right and you know where to score. Just trying to thread that through. Okay. Okay, so I'll roughly tie these because once again I have to put the shortbread in here to be giving, but that's okay if I can get it in. Nope, maybe I didn't. Look, you know what I'm trying to do. Maybe I didn't cut a long enough piece. There we go, that needs a bit of tweaking. And that's our one with the contrast of the designer series paper turned over. So it's just a preference of which one you prefer, whether you prefer the one with the contrasting trim and then just like that, or the one turned over. I think I like this one better with the contrasting trim. That they end up both being the same size because you're turning that down 3/4 of an inch. So they end up being the same size. So size-wise, it doesn't matter. So I lost my reindeers, but I've got the trees, so that's okay. So that is our card and a cuppa for today. As I said, sorry, I forgot to say at the beginning that this is pre-recorded. It's because I'm out at a Christmas lunch and I didn't know whether I would be back in time. So let's put them down. So let's back to face view. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little gift bag. They're great for little Christmas treats. As I said, I've been putting chocolates, Lindt chocolates in them, but these two are going to have some shortbread put in them for my neighbours. So I hope you enjoyed those. They're really cute and a great way to use up your designer series paper. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. Stay cool. It's been very hot, and I think Saturday is meant to be pretty hot as well. So keep cool, keep hydrated, and I will see you on Monday for my Makeup Monday. Bye for now.